Hi guys, I'm back today. I have a special guest, Erin. And Erin used to be a client of mine way back, and so she's living in the area, and I just wanted to pull her in for an interview on your history a little bit. And we won't get into the details, but I want to give a little summary because this is a perfect example of just how stress can affect your body, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about stress. We're going to talk about the keto diet. We'll talk about intermittent fasting. So in a thumbnail sketch, I'm just going to try to go through it. Okay. So you've been going through you were in flight or fight mode your whole life, right? Like that's the stress mode. So you're just pushing those adrenals goes way back, been through a lot of stress, emotional stress, physical stress too, or just mainly emotional stress?
Physical as well.
Okay.
In the gym, pushing it, high intensity interval training.
Yeah. Okay. So she's been going through that, and just a series of events that occurred over time that started burning her out and then affecting her sleep, right? I mean, it's been a while since you slept.
Yes.
I mean, just pushing. And I had a similar thing where I didn't sleep. There was like 12 years I didn't sleep. And then, there was nights that I didn't even sleep 1 minute. I don't know if that ever happened to you. You didn't sleep at all?
It was, no, I didn't have insomnia.
Okay.
I had that pulse
Kind
keeping me up all the time, kind of adrenaline.
Yeah. And
I would sleep for an hour at a time.
Okay. Got that 1 hour there. Did you hear a pulse in your ear? Like pounding? Or just like in your...
I could just feel it.
Okay. So that's adrenaline. Because your adrenals are located right above the kidneys, and there's an inside of the adrenals and there's an outside. The outside is all gland. The inside is all nerve. So the inside makes adrenaline. The outside makes cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So this is a book, SIBA, Encyclopedia for Endocrinology. We'll just, on page 84, this is not what you look like, but I'm just showing you all the effects of cortisol. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to go through them. Increased neural excitability in your brain. It's like just extremely kind of excessive thinking, analyzing everything to death. Have you ever had that in your life?
Yes.
Okay. It can affect a lot of other things too, which in her case, I don't think it's affecting as much like this situation right here. But I know it's affecting your sleep. Your sleep for sure, your focus, your mood, and also your cognitive function. I think it's like sensory overload. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's what cortisol does. And you've had cortisol tests, and they were high. Right. Like they were really high all day long. Mm-hmm. So you had, relationship stresses, multiple, and then you were traveling back and forth around the country, like 5 hours one way, back and forth. So jet lag, right? You had that. And then you had job stress where you're working like without any break for a long period of time. So you push your adrenals. Mm-hmm. And then you decide to have a baby on top of that. And so...
Well, the baby was way before all that.
Oh, way before that. Okay. So you had that. And then, that takes a tremendous amount of stress, having a kid. Mm-hmm. So you had that, and then not sleeping. And then you sometimes get into mode where you might go into a chocolate thing for a while, right? For a couple years.
Last year. Or the year where I had where I was working nonstop and needed to just keep going and needed a little bit of joy in my life from that piece of chocolate.
Right. Get a lot of pleasure there. It comes in the package because
all day long.
Right, chocolate doesn't necessarily have caffeine. It has theobromine, which is a different chemical, which is a stimulant. So also, even earlier, you've had stimulants too, growing up. So we have all this stimulation, which is basically foot on gas pedal forever, right? And now the brake pad is broken. So you can't just go to bed at 10:30 and just go right out and sleep for the next 7 or 8 hours, right?
Right.
And wake up feeling like, wow, I'm normal. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's see, what else did I miss on that? Just one thing after another, just kind of pushing. Now, last year, you did do the keto diet for like 3 months. Mm-hmm. But what happens is like there's so much stress that you didn't have an appetite. So you would probably not eat, and then you would have like a small meal that maybe wasn't nutrient dense, or maybe it was, but it probably wasn't enough to have all the nutrients. And then you would end up eating a lot of nuts.
Right.
Like 70% of your diet was
It'd be
nuts.
like Brussels sprouts, and then I'd be full. And then it would be 3 hours later, macadamia nuts.
Wow.
And then that's about all I could handle for the day.
Wow. Okay, so this is good. This is good background. Just super, super high level of cortisol. And how old are you right now?
42.
42. Okay. And the good thing is, like, I think that you've survived like more than other people. I think so. From that amount of stress, I mean, the average person would probably be like just really ragged. So it seems like you're kind of coping, but inside you're not coping as nice as you want.
I've been coping my whole life.
Right.
And then now I'm kind of, and then I burned out, and then I took a year to try to heal myself. And I'm much better, but I'm still having that pulse at night. My appetite has come back. So I'm eating more well-rounded meals. But I'm still wakened at night by that pulse, and I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Okay.
It used to be a fast adrenaline, and then sometimes it's a slow, heavy pulse. So I'm not sure. Okay.
So we're dealing with a situation where we're trying to get her to recover. That's really you're going to be your motto, recovery. To recover, you have to be able to turn off. Recovery is all about turning off. It's like the off switch. Her off switch is broken. We're gonna fix it. But and that has to do with sleep. So I think sleep is going to be the thing that you have to put a lot of your energy into. And you already know that. So the thing is, like, how do we do that? There's a couple things. We have to avoid stimulants, things that stimulate you. Like the worst, do you drink coffee now?
No,
Okay,
I haven't drank coffee in years.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
I don't drink alcohol.
Good.
I do have those fat bombs though, and those have sugar-free chocolate, but I think there are still just enough stimulants.
Yeah. Yeah, like right now, I would not recommend doing chocolate right now. The point is, I think you try to take some, you had some different brands. There's the gummies right here, but you just have to read the labels, and it has high fructose corn syrup. So we want a source that doesn't have glycerin. We want a source that is just pure oil, high quality, because that oil has some interesting properties for chronic pain and stress and inflammation. And if you take too much, it can kind of have a different effect. So you want to go slow, but it tends to affect certain genes. So there's like at least 1,200 genes that it affects in your body that has a lot to do with downgrading pain and inflammation. It helps to rejuvenate certain parts of your brain. It works on dopamine centers. It's really good for people that have chronic inflammatory conditions, autoimmune, migraine headaches, and I think it's good for the adrenals. So I'm going to suggest you get some that is just pure oil, taking small amounts just once a day for a while, and gradually increase it. But typically people that are in your situation tend to take, I don't know if maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but like they'll take if a little is good, I'll take a lot more. Like I'm just going to take a sledgehammer approach to it and just take a little too much. I don't know. Is that true or no?
I tried one gummy, and I was reluctant to try it because everyone has told me once you try it, it's going to knock you out and you're going to fall asleep and for 3 hours. But I tried one, and I felt relaxed after 20 minutes. And 2 hours later, I needed another one. So, it was just having, when your nerves are so frantically split for so many years and not sleeping, it's kind of feels like a curing of the nerves when you take something that calms you that way.
Right.
So there, about a week after I was just doing 1 or 2 gummies a day, I had a day where I was really feeling stressed out, and I was taking it on the hour, and that was too much.
Got it.
And then that was making me very agitated.
Yeah.
That was just too high.
Yeah, it's hard.
Dosing.
Even when you're feeling like it is, you like want to just take more to really fix it fast, but you have to kind of go slow. And just so you know, if you didn't catch that, these gummy bears are the, CBD oil. It's the hemp oil in there. So, it's just too many other things in there. Like, it could also be some of these other chemicals.
I thought it was because of the sugar.
Yes.
I thought I was agitated because of the sugar, because I don't put that type of sugar into my body.
Right.
But then it could also have been too much dosing.
Right. We don't know for sure, but we're going to go back to the basics. And we know, are you familiar with the autonomic nervous system?
Yes.
Okay. The parasympathetics?
Mm-hmm.
The parasympathetic nervous system is the opposite of the sympathetic, which is the flight or fight. And so that's the area we need to strengthen, the parasympathetic nervous system. There's really two minerals, well, actually there's 3 nutrients that are vital to restore the parasympathetic. Do you know what they are?
No.
Okay. One is B1. Remember, one is B1. So B1 is what you need to be taking like a lot. Like, definitely not synthetic, but you need something, a real natural version of that.
Okay.
Do you have a sensitivity to yeast, like in brewer's yeast or nutritional yeast?
I do.
Okay. So I'm going to show you, well, and I'll put it down in the video too, a natural source of B1 that's not yeast related, because we don't want you reacting to the yeast, but you need
I have a multivitamin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a liquid, and it has B1 in it, a couple 100%.
Yeah. If it's a couple 100%, it's synthetic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that one.
Okay.
Because the synthetics are higher potency and they give you the boost, but they act as a stimulant. They're not a natural.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like I have something, but I'm not going to give it to you because it's called mitochondrial energy. The problem with that, it has a natural B in there, which by the way is like super high quality. And it's unfortunately that the ingredient is very expensive, but I also put the nutritional yeast in there. So that you might react to that. So you need just that straight B1 with a complex that's not yeast related. And I'll put a link down below of several references or sources that you can get.
Okay.
But B1, what it does, it works on the pathways of your metabolism, and it actually, there's receptors for B1 in the brain, especially the amygdala. Mm-hmm. The amygdala is like the adrenals in the brain. It will probably give you the most relief out of any remedy that you can take. You're going to feel like someone just kind of gave you a relief, and it's going to help your sleep. Mm-hmm. It helps the cognitive function. It also helps increase your tolerance to insane people. I'm sorry, stress. So if you can't handle like a lot of screaming kids for more than 8 hours in a daycare center, I'm just being sarcastic, then you need B1. But B1 actually calms the adrenals down. That's like the most important thing. And sugar and stress and cortisol depletes your B1. Mm-hmm. This is why we want to do the ketogenic diet. So then we get to the next mineral, or the nutrient, which is potassium. Mm-hmm. That is, you need a lot of potassium. Potassium is a physiological tranquilizer. It puts the brake pads on. It relaxes the nervous system. If you're deficient in potassium, the heart rate goes up. The pulse rate, you feel that pounding. Mm-hmm. I
have a low pulse.
You have a low pulse.
My resting pulse is like 90/60. Or it's 60. So the other day it was 100/56.
You mean your blood pressure?
My blood pressure. Okay. And so that the pulse is like 60.
I think you work out though a lot, right? You're a personal trainer.
In about a year.
but has your pulse rate and blood pressure has been low for a long time, right?
Yes.
See, when you are into fitness, she's a personal trainer, massage therapist, you are going to have a low pulse rate and blood pressure. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's related to that. I think it's just you've been maintaining that. I think also in your new job, it's more sedentary, and you didn't get a chance to work out. The reason you felt worse is because you couldn't release that stress with exercise. Because you feel better when you exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Typically, now it's kind of I'm making progress, starting slowly. I'm walking. I'm not doing the high intensity exercises that I used to do, that I'm used to, that I was used to. So it's a work in progress.
And so that brings up a good point. One thing is like long walks, like an hour a day. like in nature, that would be the ideal scene.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of space, not in one little cubicle room. So then we have magnesium. Magnesium is right there with potassium. Magnesium is a relaxer. That would be very important. If you take too much calcium, that stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. We don't want to do that. So, I mean, you could take calcium with like magnesium and calcium together, but be careful about taking too much calcium. That'll just like create that spike in adrenaline. We want to go the other way. So B1, so that's going to be really important.
I mean, aside from dark leafy veggies, how else do you?
Well, it's in a lot of different foods. It's in, animal proteins. It's in eggs. It's in sunflower seeds. And I wouldn't even worry necessarily about trying to eat foods high in that nutrient. I would focus on getting the stress down, avoiding sugar and refined carbs. That's like the most important thing. And then also take a supplement that is a natural B1 that's non-yeast related. That's going to help you.
And that's what you're going to give us at the...
I'm going to actually just give you a reference. I'm just to try to find it because I want you to take mine, but you can't because there's some nutritional yeast, or else that would really help you. Because I put it's in a blend of a food concentrate. It's like a lot of cool stuff in there. Okay, so that's really important. Let's talk about your meal, like what you ate yesterday.
Let's go 3 days back.
Okay.
Well, my favorite restaurants are Sweet Leaf, Chopped, and Le Pain Quotidien. So I eat salads with, various things in them all the time. But I get full after one salad, and I eat too many nuts.
Right. Okay.
I don't eat a lot of meat. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Do you do eggs?
I do.
Okay. So yeah, you don't even, if you're getting your protein, I think you're going to be fine with that. So you can do it on eggs. You get your B12. That's the key as well. You need your B12. I think also, do you feel bloated with nuts?
No.
Okay, good. So you're one of the lucky ones. So that's good. So you're eating salad now. That's good. So you're kind of doing keto, but I would say that maybe, do you feel like you need to increase your protein a little bit more?
Probably.
Okay.
I probably do. I need more greens.
Okay. So you're not doing enough greens.
I'll go for 3 days in a row and I'll have, 12, well, maybe not 12 cups. I'll have a lot of greens and then I don't want to eat them like on the fourth day.
Okay. Go ahead.
So it's, or I'll go for a week of eating very clean like that, and then I'll just get sick of it. And
when you get sick of it, it's totally okay to switch gears and just do squash or steamed vegetables for a while, and then go back to it. You don't have to do greens every single day. But you just, I recommend the vegetables just because you need the potassium to keep high. But if your body says, I had enough, then switch gears. So you have that. All right. So then, do you do eggs every day?
Not every day.
Okay. So do you like seafood?
I do.
So seafood would be good. Maybe shrimp. I like shrimp occasionally too. I switch it up. And you don't have to do meat. You can do seafood, fish, salmon. I do eat meat. Okay. It's just that, I don't eat a lot of it. I probably have meat. Like last night I had some steak and onions. Okay, good. But it was a little bit of steak. That's totally fine. Totally fine. I think do you snack during the day? Are you a snacker? Sometimes I'm trying to stay within the window of eating with the intermittent fasting. So I might eat 3 times in a window, and then I might not eat 3 or 4 times. Okay. Well, it sounds to me that you're getting closer to the ideal situation because you've been recently doing that, right? Because you've been watching some videos. Right. And then last year it was like 1 or 2 meals a day, but it wasn't even a meal. It was right. So I'm trying to get more nutrients into my body. Yeah, and this is just a good point because if she was depleted from not getting enough nutrients. And then she does intermittent fasting without doing healthy keto. She's going to deplete these nutrients and she's going to go downhill. So that's why it's important to do them together. A new concept for some people, because they just don't, they'll do one or the other. Like, they're both an important thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's one thing. And then also from now on, you have to, every single relationship you get into, you have them sign a contract. And then after you have them fill out a huge survey to find out who you're dealing with, because there's certain personality types that can suck your energy or, you know, stress you out. So that's one thing. It's because the thing is, like, there's just we want to look not just physical stress, like all the different stress, you're trying to cope with that. And I think you're doing a great job right now. You figure things out. Mm-hmm. And so let's just focus now on your physical body and get that really squared away. I'm going to show you a technique that you can do yourself, that you can extract stress from your body, because I think you have a residue of stress that's just lingering that it won't go away. Mm-hmm. And it's a pulsing, right? Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs right now. There's a little office there, and I'm going to use that to show you this technique. Sound good?
Great.
Okay, good. See you see you probably in a second, because we're going to walk down there. Okay, now we're here, and so it all started when you were 6 years old. No, I'm just kidding. So we're
earlier.
Right, exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a technique. Some of you already have seen this technique when you watched the stress webinar that I did. But basically, it's kind of like visceral massage. It's massage to the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are on top of the kidney. They're right in the abdomen, and the higher part of the abdomen right here. And so what happens is the adrenals tend to overwork, creating a tremendous amount of tension and stress in the abdomen. So when you're stressed, that's why your stomach is so tight. So what you could do is you could manually kind of work it out, massage these knots, and help release stress, and it helps sleep. I've done this for many, many years, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And there's also a lot of acupressure points that travel up through these areas too. So you can work on those as well. So her rib cage is right here. Her hips are right here. So we're just going to kind of massage, let's say, draw a line down the center here and off the midline about an inch over here and an inch on there. We're going to work on these pathways through here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of press in here and hold this point. And you can do this to yourself, but I want to just kind of walk you through. So because I'm not you and I can't feel what's going on, you're looking for like tension and like a stress point. Tell me if it's right there. Yeah, I found the stress point. So I'm just taking my thumb, and she would do this to herself and kind of massage this point right through in here. What I'm doing is I'm not actually pressing on the adrenals, because adrenals are on top of the kidney. They're like almost in the back. But I'm working on the soft tissue that is around this area. And there's all sorts of nerve bundles. They're called plexus. Like you ever hear of the solar plexus? Mm-hmm. There's all these nerve bundles here, and you're basically relaxing them. And many, many people, when I do this, end up falling asleep right after I do it. So it's very relaxing. I mean, you massage your muscles, but you don't really work on the organ points. And I'm just kind of going in there, and I'm going to put a link down below to get a more in-depth concept of exactly where these points are, because I have a stress webinar that explains it more, but I'm just showing you how to do this right here. So I'm on this point. So this is something you'd want to do before you go to bed, probably for about 20 minutes. Because here's the thing. When you go to bed at night, or you're waking up at 2 or 3 or 4, if you were just to scan your body, what part of your body is revved up and won't turn off?
Well, my heart.
The heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the chest, it's like kind of, it's going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the adrenaline from the adrenals and the cortisol goes right to the heart, and that keeps it going because of the stress. The part of the nervous system that's involved, the flight or fight, it's called the sympathetics. Guess where that's located? In your adrenals and in your back, but it's in your adrenals too. So now I'm going to work down. I'm going to work down a little bit. Sometimes I work up. In this case, I'm going to work down and just see if there's any points through here that, is that sore right here?
No.
Not too bad. Okay. We're looking for tender spots. If it's not tender, don't press on it. But the thing is, I think trying to find it, you have to kind of go to the side. How about there? Yeah. So this is about 1 inch above her hip bone. It's called the iliac crest. Hip bone's right here, and then come right in, right off the midline. There's one spot there. Now, is there anything happening with your ability to relax?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
I'm relaxed.
Are you relaxing more?
Mm-hmm.
Are you feel okay? So you're feeling more relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. That means it's working. So many times when I was in the clinic and I tried this, next thing you know, the person's sawing logs or snoring, and I'm working on them, and I'm like, I don't want to wake them up, so I'll leave them in the room for like 3 hours, and I'll come back. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to work on the opposite side, because you want to get both sides there. That one's not too bad, is it? Is it? Yeah. So the other side, the left side's not too bad. So let's go up through here. How about there?
I feel the pressure, but not like the point that it was.
You're going to find everyone's going to have one spot that's going to be more tender than others, and that's the area you're going to work on. In her case, it's the right lower. How about there?
Not too bad.
Okay. How about there? No, not too bad. So now I want you to try to find the spot on the left side, just so I know that you can find it. You find it? Okay, good. Now go lower. Should be a lower spot.
How much lower?
Let's see, it should be right. Should be right here.
Okay.
Did it?
Oh yeah,
right there.
that's it.
Right there.
I am.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what she would want to do every night before she goes to bed. For about 20 minutes, she can have her hands, and she's going to press this point. She's going to hold it and massage that area. You can do it with a massage tool. Don't do it with a knife. And just you press in there and you just work out that knot. What's going to happen is that part of her body is going to relax more and more and more and more, to the point where she can drift off into a sleep where she's been sleeping through the whole night. What we're trying to do is we're trying to chill out the adrenals so that cortisol and the adrenaline starts going down. And we're manually working at it. One thing that's interesting about the adrenal, it doesn't have an off switch. It doesn't have parasympathetic control. It only has sympathetic innervation, which is the on switch. And that's why people can't turn off, because it's kind of like the accumulation effect of stress that builds up that just kind of leaves them wired. Because our bodies were not designed to go through that much mental stress without the physical relief of that. So like you can go and exercise and get rid of stress, but sometimes you don't, so that builds up and it just keeps your adrenals on all the time.
Sometimes you can't.
Right, right. So that's what I wanted to show you guys in this video. So if you personally have any stress, go ahead and do this, and I hope it helps you. Thanks for watching. So if you've personally benefited from the information that I put out in my videos, I would love to actually see your success story too. I put a link down below so you can upload your before and after pictures with your story.